I would like to get to know if I could be the kind of girl that you could be down for. 'Cause when I look at you, I feel something tell me that you're the kind of guy that I should make.
Hey guys, what's up and welcome back to my channel. Today I have another exciting video for you guys. I'm going to be doing the assumptions about me video. I've seen this going around all over the internet, so I'm going to be doing that, and I'm going to show you guys how to achieve this nice bronzy makeup look. Let's not make this intro long because let's just get right into the video. I asked you guys multiple times on my Instagram story to give me your assumptions about me or your first impressions, and I kept them all in my phone. Alrighty, I'm using the Juvia's Place Masquerade Mini Palette, and first I'm going to take the shade Zulu. It's a really nice warm orange. I'm just going to go ahead and work this into my crease. Many of my eyeshadow looks start out with a shade just like this, a nice warm burnt orange, and I just feel like this is the perfect transition shade for my skin, and it's very pigmented. As you guys can see, that was one dip and it already looks so bright. So I'm just working this in to the normal area like so. The first assumption is that I'm very motivated, and that's a fact. Like, that is probably one of the biggest things about me. I'm always working toward a goal. There's always something that I'm trying to attain. I'm very much a type A planner type of person where I can never really be satisfied in the now and what I have now and what I've got going now. I'm always looking ahead to the future, to how I can be better, how can I get better, what can I be next, what can I do next. You know, like, I'm always just looking ahead, and a lot of the times, I don't know, it could be a bad thing as well, because you can't just always be striving towards something and focusing on that. Like, you have to take time to appreciate what you have now and not find all your happiness in achieving the next goal. You know, you kind of just have to learn to appreciate what you got going. And I'm really preaching to the choir because you guys probably all know that, but I need to learn to take that advice because I never do. I'm like a crazy person. My camera is about to die and I just started recording. How great is that, you guys? How great. So if the lighting changes shortly after I say this, it's because I had to reset up my camera and I couldn't get the right angle. Okay, now I'm back. My camera is charged. Everything's back good in the hood. I think the assumption that I was answering, or responding to rather, was that I'm very motivated, and I think I already explained to you guys that that is 100% true. The next assumption says, from the jump, I thought you were so pretty and funny AF. Your tweets be having me dead, to be honest. That's more so of a first impression, and it's funny because my Twitter is such a troll. Like, I am a troll account. I have fun with it. I tweet whatever I want whenever I want. I joke about stuff. Like, I'm outrageous. Like, I'm just my most fun and witty self on Twitter, which is why I don't promote my Twitter, because I don't necessarily want people to find it, because then I'll have to make it private, and I want it to be public. But yeah, my Twitter name is not the same as my YouTube and my Instagram. It's different. But the next shade that I'm going to go in with to darken up this crease, give it some dimension, I'm going to use the shade Burkina, and I'm just going to apply this right below and in the like bottom portion of the crease, just to seamlessly blend in with the transition shade and kind of just give it some depth and dimension. You can't just use one shade or you're going to look like crazy. So I'm going in with this darker browny more shade, just, you know, to make it look better. And I don't know if you guys can tell how much of a difference that this is making, but it is making a big difference. Maybe I should zoom in a little more for you guys. Oops, wrong way. Okay, that's better. And in all my makeup videos, I really try to keep things super simple. Literally anybody can do this. A lot of people ask me like, oh, how did you learn to do makeup? Literally from watching videos and just seeing what other people do, trial and error, and you can come up with some pretty good looks. This is my go-to simple, basic, brown, orange, bronzy, you know, vibe. And it's so easy to achieve, and you don't even have to have this palette to achieve it. And we're gonna go back on top of this with an even darker shade. I'm gonna take Fulani, and that is the darkest brown in the palette, and I'm gonna go ahead and focus that solely on this like outer V area, just to give it even more definition and just darken up that outer corner. Blend that out. This is the same eyeshadow that I was wearing in my last video reviewing the Mink lashes, so if you guys haven't seen that, feel free to check that video out. And when you do this, while I'm blending this out, let's read the next assumption. First impression is she's thick and she dresses bomb. I need to be on her level. Yes, sis. Thank you for one. Honestly, I don't feel like I dress that well. I mean, I have friends that like are really into fashion and dress really well, and I take a lot of inspiration from them, and honestly I consult them on all my decisions when I'm really like trying to pick a nice outfit. For instance, my birthday, you guys should see the friend group chat, okay? We send shoes, nails, dresses, everything. Like, we're all just, you know, going back and forth and trying to decide things. So thank you very much. I'm glad that you like the way I dress. You know, I try not to keep it so basic all the time, but I really am a basic person when it comes to what I wear, and that's just, you know, it's not my fault. I was born this way, okay? All right, I'm satisfied with it. Okay, so now the fun stuff begins. I'm gonna take my Fenty Beauty Kilowatt Foil Freestyle Highlighter Palette. This one, it's on sale at Sephora right now, I think for $30-something. So go pick this up if you haven't already. I'm going to take this golden bronze shade called Coppin Ice. This is like the color of a penny, like a really shiny bronzy color. I hope you guys can see. So I'm gonna take this on a flat concealer brush like this one. So I'm gonna spray the brush with a little bit of setting spray. This is really important because it's gonna help you pick up more product, more pigment, and it's just gonna look really nice and bright. You're gonna pick up the shade, and the water just helps pick up so much more product. As you guys can see, it's already glistening. Then I'm going to kind of look down and apply this to the inner portion of my eye. And as you guys can see, it has applied really, really vibrantly, and it wouldn't have if I didn't spray the brush beforehand. It just gives you more bang for your buck when you do it this way. You don't have to wet the brush. I just prefer to. It comes out better every single time when I do it. So I prefer to wet the brush. That is a big tip. And that's what we have right now. I hope you guys can see. The next assumption says, I'm assuming that you're going to the debut tour, smiley face. And this person is talking about Ella Mai's debut tour. And of course I'm going. If you guys haven't known, obviously, I've posted a couple things about Ella Mai before. You know, I was at her album listening party, and I think in one of my Q&As I talked about being friends with her. So yeah, I'm definitely going to the debut tour. I'll be there March 11th, and I'll probably go the next day as well because she has 2 New York shows. So I may go to the second one as well. I try to make all of her New York shows. Not try, I've been to every single New York show that she's had, and it's just so great to see her grow. That's why I just feel like I have to be at every show, because I've been there from the very, very beginning, and it's just crazy how things have spiraled for her. Like, her career is just in a great place right now, and I'm so proud of her and her Grammy award winning Ella Mai. So of course I will be at the debut tour. Alrighty, so we have packed on that bronzy shade. It looks amazing. So I'm gonna go back in with a mixture of Burkina and Fulani, and I'm just gonna go ahead and blend out any harsh lines near where I applied the glitter, just to make sure it doesn't look super harsh. So let me go ahead and do my face base my concealer, my foundation, all that. That routine never changes. I literally do the same thing every single time. So I'm going to fast forward through this and I'll come back to you guys once we're done. Okay, so my face base is done. My highlight is gleaming. So now it's time to do my under eye. Now, I used to not be a believer of eyeshadow on the under eye, but it does make such a big difference. And I'm going to show you guys how to do it. I'm going to take Zulu, you know, same shade from before, the transition shade. I'm just going to go ahead, look up, and pack it under my eye. And at first this is gonna feel really weird and you're gonna feel like, girl, what? I can't even hold my eye up and do this at the same time. And I definitely recommend doing this if you're not gonna wear lashes, because it just makes it look so much better, as you guys can see. Then I'm gonna go back in with Fulani and Burkina and just darken it up a little bit on the outside. But not too much, because if you go too much with this, you're gonna look like a raccoon. Now you're just gonna go ahead and apply your lashes, apply your mascara, whatever you want. So to finish off the look, I'm just gonna use my Fenty Beauty gloss, as always. And now we are finished. I love how this makeup look turned out. It's really glowy, beautiful. It gives you some drama on the eye, just enough to not be too much. I loved answering these assumptions. It was really fun to answer them. I didn't get that many responses, so I didn't want to make it its own video. So I figured I'd sneak it into this tutorial because I got some questions about this makeup look. Make sure you subscribe to my channel if you haven't already, and turn on your post notifications so that you'll be notified every single time I upload a video and you'll never miss a day. And when you're finished, comment down below #notificationgang so that I can shout you out in my next video. I will see all of you beautiful people in my next one. Bye.
'Cause I know every man has a fear of a strong-minded woman, but I say she's a keeper if she got it on her own and keeps it running. If she can keep it all running. If she can keep it all